Hi. Uh, Now let's look at the other types of portfolio that we can create using the theme WYNN. In the last video, we learned how to make the vertical portfolio. So now I'm going to tell you how to make this kind of portfolio, which we call the boxed portfolio. So this is a link from the demo that we have. So yeah, let's create this kind of portfolio here. So from the backend options, I'm creating a new page. Let's give it a name. So as given in the documentation, the first thing you want to do is to publish the page. And unlike the vertical portfolio, the other portfolios like the boxed and the full width portfolio are completely designed using the page builder options and the shortcode. So to get the page builder working on the page, we first have to name the page and publish it. So I'm going to choose the default template. You don't have to choose the portfolio template for a boxed portfolio or a full width portfolio. So once that is done, I am going to add a portfolio shortcode to my page builder. So to add the shortcode, you have to click on to this plus button that you see here, and the type of the shortcode that you need to be adding is the portfolio type shortcode. So just before it's getting added, you have to set up the options. Okay, so you have three styles here. One is called the boxed, other one is full width with gutter, and full width edge to edge. So the first thing that we are going to see is the boxed type, which is going to be like this. And this is regarding the height of the images. The option is called the portfolio masonry layout. If you give a yes in the portfolio masonry layout, your images that you choose will not be cropped and will be resized based on the aspect ratio. So for the first iteration, let's have a yes in the masonry layout. So this option, portfolio items enable lightbox, is to open the portfolio items in a lightbox and not in a single portfolio page. So if you don't want to set up a single portfolio page for each of your items, you can choose to open them in a get them opened in a lightbox. So for now, I'm going to say a no to it. So these are like straightforward options, either to have the title and the categories of your images. So next is a filterable portfolio. So this is a yes or no drop down. You can choose if you want to have the portfolio to be filtered or not. So if you choose a yes here, you would want to choose based on what you want to filter, that filter to use, which is the next option. There are two options, categories or tags. So now let's say we have to filter the portfolio based on the category. So the next section will be the categories that you want to pull up to the page. So among these pages, let's just pick some 4 randomly. That's the portfolio category option. The next is the pagination option. You have two options, either to have the pagination or say no to the pagination. So if you want to turn the pagination on, you have to choose the load more option. And if you choose the pagination option, you have to give a specific number here. Just have them as numerics like 10 or 8 or something. So that will be the number of portfolio items that's first shown in your page. So you will have a load more button after the 10 or 8 items, and then once you click the load more, the rest of the images will be loaded. So for now we'll have 10, and let's submit the option. So once this is submitted, you have to click save. So this is the basic portfolio shortcode options that we have given. Apart from this, if you want to exactly get the page designed in the way that's shown here, you have to do a couple more options in the page builder section and the row option. So as given in the documentation, this is the section part of the page builder, and this icon is the settings of the sections. So if you click on the settings for a section, you have these options. So what we have done in the demo to make it look like that is we have the top padding of a section has a default spacing of 50 pixels. We have zeroed the spacing. So I'm doing the same thing to get that page replicated for you. So and submit it. So that is this setting change that we did on the section. So there's one more setting change that you would want to do it on the row, which is the no wrap. So once you give no wrap, the contents of the page will occupy the full width of the viewing device, whatever it be. So we've checked on the no wrap and submit this. So let's save this change as well. So because the boxed and the full width portfolio, the settings for these portfolios are completely done using the page builder. You don't have to make any specific settings using the meta options like how we said in the vertical portfolio. So these will not take effect. So all the settings that we have to be done should be done in the page builder. So I think all the settings have been done. So now let's update the page and see how it looks like. So I'm going to view the page now. So yeah, so this is exactly like how we saw in the demo. So because we gave them, we chose a yes to the masonry layout, you see the images are not cropped to a specific height and width, but it's been resized based on their aspect ratio. And because we gave the pagination on, we can see some 10 items here and a load more button. So once you click the load more button, the loader runs and the rest of the images are shown here. So because we turned off the top padding, you don't see any spacing here in the top portion of the section. So this is called the boxed masonry portfolio. So similarly, let's go and use the same page and try to create the other full width portfolio using this. So because this is done using the portfolio shortcode, we have to change the setting in the portfolio shortcode. So I'll just tell it once again. So this button is used to edit the settings of the shortcode. So this is where we chose what type of portfolio it should be. So now let's give full width with gutter here. Okay, and we can also say no. When you give a no in the pagination, the number you give here will not take any effect. It is going to pull all the post types that you have in these categories. It will not limit to this number. So whether you give a number or not, it will not take effect. So might as well not give it and submit. So now let's see what the change is. So do you see the difference? This is the box type portfolio and this is the full width portfolio. You don't have a box seen over the images and the title is coming when you hover over the image. And this is also in the masonry layout. Because we turned off the pagination, you don't see the load more button and you see all the images in one shot. So let's go make some changes to the masonry part which we've not seen yet. Say no to the masonry and yes to lightbox and see how the images are seen. So yeah. So when you say no to masonry, the images are cropped automatically to a specific dimension. And that's a big difference. So we'll see the lightbox effect here. So this is how it looks like when the image opens up in a lightbox. Yeah. So this is for the type. This is, we call this full width with gutter. So this is the gutter spacing that we're talking about. So we have one more option for the portfolio using the portfolio shortcode, which is full width edge to edge. So that's the most important change that we have to make. Now let's see how it looks like. Yeah, this is, so you don't see the gutter spacing here, and it occupies the whole, it occupies edge to edge. So this is the portfolio. This is the one which, in if you choose it to be the in the masonry layout, then this is how it looked like. So these are the three types in which you can create the portfolio with the portfolio shortcode. So I'll just summarize all of it once. The page template that you would be choosing is default. You don't have to choose the portfolio page type. Once you have chosen the page template to be default, you will be adding a shortcode called the portfolio in your page builder. To add the portfolio shortcode, you have to click the plus symbol here and choose the portfolio shortcode. When you choose the portfolio shortcode, you have several options that you have to set up to create your portfolio page. The most important of it is the portfolio's type. You have three types of portfolio: boxed, full width with gutter, and edge, full width with edge to edge. So based on the options that you choose here, your portfolio will look accordingly. So there are other options like the masonry, which will define the height of your images, whether they should be of the same dimension or the height should be variable. And you have the filter and the category option. So that's all about creating a boxed and a full width portfolio using WYNN. So I think I've shown you all the options that's shown in the demo. So look into our documentations if you have any other questions. Thanks.